Hello and welcome everyone, and I want to talk about eBay's new policy about dropshipping and how it actually might affect you for the year 2018 and going forward. So it came to my attention that some people actually are getting banned, suspended, or their listings actually not being featured anymore on eBay because they're doing dropshipping. So what can you do about this, and why and who would this actually matter to? First of all, dropshipping on eBay is not illegal. You still can do dropshipping on eBay. Next thing is, who is policy actually affecting and why was it created? Mostly because there's just too many people who are selling items on eBay and not enough people who are buying this stuff. So eBay is, as usually it actually does once in a while, every few years it decides to clean up its marketplace and get rid of inefficient sellers and who are bringing bad seller experience to eBay. And if you're one of them, you'll be next. So what can you do to protect yourself? Well, there is a few different things that you have to understand. First of all, the way that eBay is actually wording itself is that actual dropshipping is not totally banned. It is being limited, restricted, depending on how you actually are doing it. It is not allowed. It is allowed, provided that you can source the inventory from one specific source and they will fulfill the order for you. For example, if you have a supplier on Alibaba or AliExpress who is going to send it to you on time and always on time, and you have the documentation format in case eBay asks for it, it is totally allowed. Same thing if you have a supplier who is doing it from another major retail or a specific source. What is not allowed for you to actually do is to source it from a major retail, and the major retail is not really allowing you to do so. Although a lot of people are doing exactly that. So what is the issue here, and how can you avoid getting caught doing something like this, and especially how can you avoid getting not suspended on eBay? So the first thing is, if you're a brand new eBay seller, you're just getting started, you have to play as careful as you can. And some people got suspended because the first thing they actually did is they listed a few things, they got a few sales, and then the next thing they're doing is they're calling eBay and asking to increase the account limit. Which is okay, but the biggest mistake they do right here is tell them where they're sourcing their products. I'm sourcing the product from China. I'm getting this from Amazon. I'm getting this from this specific location, and they're drop shipping for me. Right there, red flag. The person who is listening to it, I'm like, okay, no, you're not going to do business with eBay. Bye-bye. So that's actually what happens to some people, because they went ahead and tried to get everything done before your whole business is actually set up. And that's not the way you go about this. The whole reason that you're becoming an entrepreneur is that you want to set up your business from scratch, and then as it gets bigger, you slowly build it up when you're ready. Instead, some people want to jump from the bottom all the way at the top as quick as they can do it, which is the wrong way and the wrong move for you. So how do you do it? If you're just getting started on eBay, first of all, do not drop ship. No. What you're going to be doing is selling things you have in the house, buying wholesale a few things, buying stuff maybe from AliExpress much cheaper, and getting started even with a small investment. $5, $2, like super cheap investment, like a few things that you're going to be selling. And then as you build along your profile and everything else, and eBay actually likes you, then you start drop shipping. Now you can start at any stage of the game. It doesn't matter when you're going to be starting drop shipping. The obvious thing here, and the thing you want to avoid, is to get into eBay's radar and attention. The last thing you want eBay to know that A, you're dropshipping, B, you're doing a poor job dropshipping, and you're not giving them the good buyer experience which they expect you to actually do. And another thing is, and let's move away from being a newbie now, for people who already have an eBay business and they're doing dropshipping full-time, or they're doing part-time dropshipping. eBay is not going to ban you just because you're doing dropshipping. They're going to ban you if you're doing bad experience on eBay. You're not fulfilling the orders, And specifically, what I mean by this is the following. The classic case where people are not watching their inventory, which is I always trying to teach you to do. Always watch your inventory and the prices and have an alternative source just in case. The last thing you want to do is to cancel the order. This brings a very bad customer experience. And it happens with a lot of people. What they actually do is the following. They get an item on Amazon. When they get this specific item, they go ahead and they list the item on eBay, which is totally fine. But the biggest problem they have here is the following. Let's say the prices of this specific item fluctuate and go and become much higher, or the actual seller doesn't have this item anymore. So what they usually do is like, okay, so the price went from 20 bucks all the way to 50, and you listed the item for $30, which actually means now you're going to be losing on this product. And there's a lot of people who are super cheap, and then when they see something like this and somebody buys this product, what they're going to be doing is something totally dishonest, such as, let me go ahead and not fulfill this order, or claim I actually shipped the item and the guy never received it, or even find some other excuse like the item was stolen, let me cancel, something like that. Well, any of those things is a poor kind of customer experience that you're giving to the buyer. You're not willing to take the chance. Just because you messed up and you did something wrong doesn't mean that the person who actually bought it legitimately has to suffer the consequences. And to top it off, what you're going to be doing is giving him or her a bad customer service experience. You canceled on the guy. He gives you a negative feedback. He reports you to eBay and you get in trouble. Another way that you get in trouble is if you're going to be shipping the item from its destination. And let's say that you're using one specific company. Walmart is one of those, super notorious for that. So let's say that you, for example, are going to be always using Walmart as your drop shipper. And eventually they're going to report you to eBay that you've been always getting items from them and selling them. Or of course they will just stop doing business with you altogether. So what happens is here is the other classic mistake where you source your inventory from only one location. Another mistake is, of course, is that when you're doing this, you take too long to fulfill the actual service. So instead of getting items from Alibaba that come and it takes you over a month to ship, well, you should actually do and find sellers who ship it within a few days instead. And if you're not doing that, it takes forever for the person to receive it. Once it took me over a month to get something on eBay. I didn't care because it was the lowest possible price and I didn't need this item right now. But most people are like, oh no, I don't want to get this item. I don't want to wait a whole entire month to get this. But I couldn't find this anywhere else, so I had no really choice for that matter. And yet, this is what actually happens with a lot of people. Not only they provide eBay a poor customer service experience, and they do this to actually the customers themselves, you are doing a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing. This is why eBay is actually cracking down even more on people who are doing drop shipping. And it's not really per se illegal. They can't really restrict people from doing this because what you're doing is totally 100% within the legal limit. It is totally fine for you to buy anything you want and you can sell it as long as it is sold in a store and it is legal for you to buy. For example, buying it from any store such as Amazon. Totally legal for you. What you do with the merchandise, it's really up to you. If you want to go ahead and sell it on eBay, eBay cannot physically actually stop you. It can't. But what it doesn't like doing is when people are moving things from one marketplace to another. It's called eBay arbitrage. It is a classic way to make money. And they have an issue with it. The biggest problem that they have with this issue is that customers are getting items much higher prices than they normally would, and they want to compete with everybody else. But you know what? This is what is called classic capitalism. Too bad. And you can still do it. But with that said, if you're being very good at what you're doing now and being more careful, eBay is actually doing a huge favor for you. It is eliminating most of the competition. So this is actually a good thing in some ways. Most of your competition here is going to get totally eliminated because they are doing a poor job doing drop shipping, which means more business to you. And above all, I do recommend for people to eventually move bigger and bigger into wholesaling, because this is where the big money is at. So drop shipping is a way for you to get started making money on eBay. And if you don't have any money to begin with, it is a good way to get some money up front that you can invest in this business and take it to the next level, which is wholesale, buying merchandise and making money with it. So I hope this would clarify the whole new confusion about eBay and banning dropshippers. Not banned. At the same exact time, you have to do a great job now when and if you decide to do dropshipping. And lastly, don't ever use automated software. This is a big thing now. If you're using automated software to get all your orders fulfilled for a specific source, if you don't have proof that you're going to be showing eBay that this specific person is doing everything for you, then you will get kicked out. And another thing that you can do if you still want to do dropshipping, well, there is a place that you can do it at. It's called Shopify. You can get anything you want. It's going to be your own kind of a platform, and nobody is going to ban you from that site. So that being said and done, hopefully you learned something new today, and let's proceed with doing dropshipping on eBay.